Ready. Play.
Look at the strengths of both of these women's games. The
15.
serve is certainly a big factor. They both can get free points off the serve. Serve is a key to them starting in an aggressive position in points. To Venus's coach, David Witt, who has coached her along with her parents. Long-time coach, knows her game inside and out, and he said the same. The first serve was going to be critical, that he was hoping Venus would be able to take some off at times and maybe go for placement occasionally when needed.
Foot fault called there, as well as the ball into the net.
Beautiful.
And that's a great placement serve there. Venus can hit the bomb. She has the heat down the tee, but that serve with a little bit more angle is devastating.
That lefty-righty matchup also a factor in this one tonight. Interesting, though, that this year, Venus Williams is 3-0 against left-handers.
Again, Williams.
And wraps that service game up with an ace.
And that's going to be a key for Williams as this match goes on. There, she moved the serve around during that game. Sometimes she can get a little predictable. Kvitova, conversely, she started returning well in her last match against Muguruza, and in the big moments she served well. She came up with some big serves. She of course has that lefty spin, and she will want to use that as often as possible out wide to the Williams backhand.
Kvitova talked about both the positives and negatives of her service game in that matchup against Muguruza the other night. 4 aces, but 9 double faults.
Yeah.
Double fault to start the match.
And you could see Venus, though, looking to step in. That's going to be another play that her coach talked about, trying to take returns early, especially on the second serve.
Now, at times the shaky serve the other night, but at times the brilliant serve, particularly to this side of the court.
Oh, wow. What a reply.
To the V.
And that was a pretty good return from Venus, and Kvitova got behind that. It's such strength, flicking the racket to create that angle.
Right to the corner. Beautiful. Talking about the inconsistencies in Kvitova's serve the other night. One of those 9 double faults was at 6-5 in the first to allow Muguruza to force it to a tiebreak. Kvitova eventually won the tiebreak, but some of them were, the timing was kind of tricky.
40, 15.
Beautiful.
Well, you figure it's never a great time for double fault, but there are some moments where it's much more hurtful when you throw it in. And
more easy to recover from than others. Yeah,
absolutely.
40-30.
Well, the 2 points that Venus has won in this game have come from double faults.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Right now only landing 40% of her first serves in, but again, just the first service game for Kvitova.
Yes.
Just hit it long.
That's a good call. Venus so long and rangy, she can cut off balls that a lot of players wouldn't get their racket on, certainly wouldn't be able to hit with as much depth.
Advantage, Kvitova.
Venus did well to try and get that serve right up from under her chin back over the net.
Game, Kvitova.
That's a smart service game in spite of the double faults. Kvitova so confident with the serve. That is the perfect game to hold to start this match.
So Venus Williams, with a win tonight, could return to the top 5 in the world rankings for the first time since January of 2011. Serving here on serve in the first.
Miss Kvitova is just called on the left baseline. The ball's called in.
Well, she seemed pretty certain of it. Took a hard look at the line.
Yep. See what Chase Review says. Good or not good? Good.
15. Miss Kvitova has 2 challenges remaining.
Venus there had the opening up the line, chose to go back cross court. Kvitova stayed and forced the miss.
Long. And think about Venus and that rise back up the rankings. If she is able to win tonight, it would make her 4th semifinal in the last 6 Grand Slam tournaments. A string extended would add to that streak.
It's been so impressive from Venus this year. A couple of double faults here,
15,
and she is in
14.
real trouble.
Had that wobbly period 2 matches ago
against Suarez Navarro,
yeah,
right? Her last round.
Couldn't get
in the middle of that match
2 days ago. Couldn't get, double faulted. What, 3 times in a row was it?
Sometimes in Venus's matches, and
14.
That's a struggle for her, but she's finding a way through a lot of these matches, and that's what's so impressive. She came back against Suarez Navarro 6-1 in the 3rd.
Yep.
It still has another break point against her serve.
Kvitova.
So 3 double faults in that service game for Venus Williams, and Petra Kvitova gets the first service break of the match. She'll serve leading 2-1 in the first. And as is usually the case with the opening match or the beginning of both matches in the night session here, folks still filing in and trying to settle down in their seats.
And you would expect this match to be, a little bit choppy. I mean, both players will go for their shots, hit big. It's also going to mean a few more unforced errors at times.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember watching that match they played at Wimbledon in 2014, and it was the best match. I mean, it was an unbelievable battle, and it was the best match, I think, of the tournament.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of signaled Venus starting to find her way back to the top of the game. That was 3 years ago, and here she is now back in the top 10 again after her Wimbledon victory, or finals appearance. A little different here on the hard courts, though, than on grass, and certainly early on, Kvitova is just slightly more solid.
Beautifully done. Stepped into that.
And the contact point was just impeccable. You expect to see winners like this off the forehand side, but when Kvitova gets it flowing on the backhand as well, it can be a beauty. That's a good play by Venus. The return hard up the middle doesn't give Kvitova an angle. It's pushing her back.
Kvitova had not played an opponent ranked in the top 10 since her return from injury. She defeated Muguruza the other night, now playing a second consecutive top 10 player. And consolidating a service break to take a 3-games-to-1 lead in the opening set of this U.S. Open quarterfinal.
3-games-to-1.
USOpen.org is your online home for point-by-point live scoring and real-time stats and draws. Visit the official tournament site, USOpen.org. Early on in evening play on this Tuesday night, the second of 2 quarterfinals today. This one between Williams and Kvitova.
That's the 1-2 punch. First serve out wide opens up what is the backhand court for most right-handers, but forehand court for Kvitova.
Just power. A right-arm rocket from Venus Williams.
Seeing such big space cross court, big target areas there.
Kvitova tried to tee off on the second serve, but was off the mark.
That ball had a lot of kick on it from Venus.
Game Williams.
And an ace to wrap it up. Well, she dropped the service break, but came charging back. And now Venus Williams down 2-3 to Petra Kvitova. Winner goes to the semifinals.
It'll be interesting to see with Venus from the ground. There she held her ground on the cross court, forcing Kvitova to try to swing it up the line. This is going to be a match about court positioning as much as anything else.
And
there will be times where Venus has to be willing to take the ball up the line. She likes going cross court. She's got to be willing to move the ball as well.
Let's
talk about moving the ball, but it's so difficult to move the ball when it's coming at you with that much pace and depth. So with that in mind.
Yeah, that was great. Venus corner to corner on the court. Sets up a double break point for Venus Williams, and a chance to get back on serve. Back on serve.
3 games of first set.
So both players are even now. Well, double fault they were.
Yeah.
Petra now has just edged Venus out with 4 to her 3. And that's been a big story in this match thus far. It's contributed to the breaks of serve. Good strategic point from Kvitova, working the forehand of Venus. Not quite as solid as the backhand side, and when Kvitova got her opening, took it right into the lane down the line. Nicely played.
The one thing you know you're going to get tonight, if history tells us anything, is a battle. These two have played each other 5 times in the past. All 5 have gone all 3 sets, and they've all gone a pretty good amount of time. The very first match they played back in 2008.
That's a
Went an hour and 36. Every other one has been over 2 hours, averaging right around 2.5. 2:30, 2:32, 2:24, 2:18. They are battles.
We're almost at a half hour now, and we're just halfway through the first set.
15.
Has been back and forth. Hasn't been the longest points. Both players are still kind of searching for that groove. Venus's sister.
I think some folks in the crowd thought that was long, but Venus played it.
Venus doesn't often challenge and chose not to do so there.
So back on serve after 7 games in this opening set. 4-3 Williams. Both players have had their serve broken once.
Players are ready. Thank you.
We are on serve after 7 games. Petra Kvitova serving here at 3-4 in the first.
Let's pass it. Love 15.
When we talk about Kvitova and her road back, she began her season at the French Open, so she hasn't had the number of matches that Venus has had this year.
Yeah, only her 8th tournament of the season. From Roland Garros in May on through now here in New York in early September.
Kvitova, she has been working her way into form. That last match against Muguruza, she was able to get into more of a rhythm. She got the same ball from Muguruza very often. Wasn't a lot of mixing of spins or pace. This match is going to be a little more tricky to get that rhythm. Venus can hit big, but she can also miss. You're not going to get as consistent a rhythm as she did against Muguruza. Venus, she may be able to take advantage of that, and here she's got 3 break points. This would give Venus an opportunity to serve for the first set.
Return the serve in the first place, then to place it like that.
That was such a good return. The first step.
Williams leads 5 games.
Got behind this ball. And then the backhand. That's money.
So now, with the second service break of this opening set, Venus Williams has come from behind to have a chance to serve it out at 5-3. I'm still in awe that she got that serve back in play.
Venus does that just about better than a lot of players.
Love 15.
Venus going for the little touch shot there. She's been successful hitting out and hitting through the court, especially now when she's in a position to close out the set. Kvitova hitting her feet there, really stopped the footwork, got flat-footed and completely off balance on that backhand. 15th unforced error for Kvitova.
Foot fault called. Nice touch.
That is such a beautiful part of Venus's game, her repertoire. She can move forward and is so comfortable at the net. And that's just another element that she can bring to bear in this match.
So being told that the roof is going to be closed after this first set because the leading edge of that rain is getting a little closer, a little sooner than it was supposed to. Doesn't take long to close it, but there's a procedure to go through.
That serve from Venus getting just a little bit higher on Kvitova, out of her strike zone.
Still another set point.
Those are the types of points, though, that Kvitova needs to play a little more often. Really get down, pay the price, do the work to find her rhythm.
Wins the first set in 33 minutes, playing for a spot in the US Open semifinals.
Kvitova to serve.
Petra Kvitova to serve to start the second set.
Love 15.
Double fault to start the second set after dropping that first set. The roof is still open. It was not closed between sets. And look at that run in the last 25 points.
And this is where Kvitova will have to reset. Cannot afford to get broken early in this second set after losing the first.
It was the first set Kvitova has dropped in the tournament so far.
That's it.
I also think for Kvitova, she's made a lot of unforced errors, and she's got to find a way to groove her strokes. It's tough against Venus, who can get to that extra ball, who can cut off so much court. Got to give yourself some bigger target areas and work your way in. That's much better.
That was a pretty big target area that she had available.
Very, very large margin there.
Well created. Don't you love it when you suggest something and it happens?
Feels nice. nice.
Yeah.
Second set.
Certainly for Kvitova, getting more of those first serves in play is going to be something she's got to do a better job of in this second set.
Game.
Nice.
That's a good hold.
Much
Solid
needed.
hold. Absolutely.
First game, second set.
So Kvitova gets the opening service game in the second set, and they'll change ends with Venus Williams to serve, having won the first set 6-3.
And if you can get a good start in this second set, if you're Kvitova, you can negate the first set a little bit. And it's, you know, you start over throwing the balls up, and she has an opportunity here to try to get the early break as she did in the first set. And if she can be just a little cleaner, she's right in this match. That's the way you're thinking out there if you're playing it, trying to give yourself some positive reinforcement.
To get to that.
Venus is still so quick around the court,
15.
and she gets low. At her height, she gets low better than most players out there, and quickly closing off the open court at the net. Kvitova had nowhere to go. And for Kvitova, this is where she would want to flood the court with balls. Getting good depth and direction, but not giving up the easy miss.
So by flood the court, you mean putting them in play and putting them everywhere?
A lot of them
Yeah.
in play, absolutely. Now you still have to go for the depth that you need and the direction, but not for the lines. Serve has so much heat on it.
116 miles an hour, fastest serve of the match.
This match, using the wide serve to open up the court.
Yes.
This so far is a very good recovery for Kvitova, though. Really making this game tight, keeping some pressure on Venus.
Backhand drive by the left-hander Kvitova.
Just a beautiful angle that she can get on that shot. Short in the court, and it's veering off.
So a chance here for a service break to start the second set. Kvitova breaks after holding serve to open the set and has a 2-game lead in this second set. A must-win set for her.
And this was a solid game. Didn't give up on the game and kept the pressure on Venus there.
Now Kvitova broke at 1-all in the first set, consolidated it for 3-1, but then gave a service break right back to Venus Williams. And eventually gave one back at a very crucial point late in the set at 4-3 or 3-4 in her case. So a really important game here to try and get a 3-game lead in this set.
She started throwing in more unforced errors, and Venus, of course, played a little more solidly, but it's been a very different set in this second set, the beginning of the set, in terms of unforced errors. Just one for Kvitova so far. Very clean first couple of games.
Talked about in her last round win against Garbiñe Muguruza, had some points of really solid play and some points of less than consistent play, and still got away with it.
Kvitova really started playing some of her best tennis the latter part of the first set and really took that momentum into the second. Didn't give Muguruza an opportunity to really get back into the match. Here with Venus, a little different.
So just after getting a service break here, down 2 quick points in an attempt to stretch that lead.
15-13.
That's a good serve. But all of a sudden you have somebody who can eat up more ground in Venus Williams, and two steps and she's covering half of the court, and sometimes it forces her opponents to go for more than they're comfortable with.
There's a sensor automatically tells the chair umpire when that ball tips the court.
Frustrating for Kvitova, because now Venus Williams has a couple of break point opportunities to get back on serve.
I'll say this, for the inconsistency that Kvitova has had with her serve, the changing up of it that she has done has been good.
It's hard to read when she starts getting that serve firing.
Looked over at the chair umpire. Should I challenge that? It was quickly signaled, no, you shouldn't.
That's big time. A second serve, but Venus couldn't quite step in and get the depth that she wanted, and Kvitova immediately into the open court.
Some frustration out. Self-motivating.
All of the above.
Rallies back to even up this game.
Kvitova relaxing just a little bit more, able to see the full court, recognizing Venus was well back behind the baseline, and nice little change up there. Great court awareness.
So a chance here to get a 3-game lead in this second set.
And that's the frustration. You worked so hard to get that previous point, to get the ad. The double negates it.
In this set, Kvitova only landing 38% of her first serves in play. That's not going to get it done. Some paint on that
ball. What an angle. There is just no reply to this sharply hit shot.
Nice. For the touch, and it was a little too strong.
Kvitova has to respect the speed, the court coverage of Venus.
Wow, what a serve.
Kvitova has had to have pinpoint accuracy with some of these serves, and Venus is still at least getting it back.
Yeah. So a third chance to try and close out. Petra Kvitova dropped the first set, has gone up 3 games over Venus Williams in the second.
3 games to love. Second set, first set, Williams.
Excellent serve, second serve, first point. And for Venus, she wants to really get on the board here, refocus. It's a disappointing end to that last game for her, having had 2 breakpoint opportunities. So starting very well in her service game here.
But it was the disappointing moment in the first set when she had her serve broken that kind of turned her game around too. Dug in and fired off.
Miss Kvitova turned the ball on the left center service line. The ball was called in.
Kvitova standing her ground, waiting for a second serve on that same side of the court while Chase Review has a look at it. course, Venus Williams, 37 years old in 3 months, the oldest player to advance to the quarterfinals of a Grand Slam since, you probably read it in the notes, 1994 Wimbledon. But who was it?
Martina?
Yes. Martina finished runner-up in that tournament at 37 years and 8.5 months. So a service hold there for Venus Williams, but she's down 1-3 in this second set. USOpen.org, your online home for point-by-point live scoring, real-time stats and draws. It's the official tournament site right there, USOpen.org. I've been on it a lot this last week and
I have too.
A couple days.
Yeah, I've used it every day.
Of course, we're working the night shift, so all the matches that start at 11 o'clock in the morning while you're doing what you're doing on your ride out here, while you're coming to the tennis center, and never miss a minute. Absolutely. And of course, you can't be at all of the courts on the grounds at once. A lot of action to follow.
Kvitova may be just a little drop in her focus and intensity in these last game and a half or so. She's thrown in now a few more unforced errors. She had found a nice rhythm first few games of the set. Needs to get back to that.
And in that last point, it opened up the court and then made the error. Touch long. Is Venus going to challenge? She's walking in. And yes. Let's have a look. Chase review. Survey says.
Good challenge.
By that
much.
15. So we'll do it again. Venus get that ball back in play.
And that's been part of the struggle for Kvitova. Some of the serves she's hit that would not ordinarily come back.
Yeah.
Venus has gotten it back, and she's put herself in pretty good position as she had there.
Jumped up right into her, and she got it back in play in a great spot. Kvitova only winning 30% of the points on her second serve. But that'll be one.
Yeah, and she has to go for it so much, Kvitova. That's part of what's causing the few double faults that have crept in as well. But she's got to keep swinging that serve out wide. Keep trying to get Venus stretched out.
So 30 all. A little long.
Getting behind the forehand. That's the side for Venus that can sometimes break down the right
chance for a break.
Venus getting to that serve, getting it back in play, and having a decent look at this backhand. I mean, that has to be in the back of Kvitova's mind that balls are coming back. Maybe it'll create an error later on.
That's the third break point in this set that Kvitova has defended, and Venus has not converted. Just in this set.
Advantage.
It's big time serving.
Good time for your second ace in the match.
Clutch.
Fights off a break. 4-1 lead in the second set. That's a must-win for Petra Kvitova.
4-1, second set, first set, William.
But serving here at 1-4.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The players are ready. Thank you.
These players are using the entire court at times. Remarkable.
.112-mile-an-hour serve by Venus Williams. Kvitova couldn't get back in play.
Serve by Venus has just enough kick at the end, get out of the strike zone of Kvitova. She's got to decide to move forward or back up.
Williams still winning 2/3 of the points on her second serve in this set.
Again, Williams.
And does that. Service hold below. 2-4. Up a set is the spot Venus Williams finds herself in this quarterfinal match. Tomorrow, 2 more quarterfinals for both men's and women's play here at the US Open. Cheese. They don't say cheese for selfies.
No, not anymore.
Yeah. That would be cheesy. Just saying.
Kvitova's having to hit, instead of 1 winner, 2 or 3, because Venus is finding a way to get some of these balls back in and just staying firm. Kvitova there.
Shot from Venus Williams.
Well, it was not a bad move by Kvitova, but she didn't do enough with the approach, and it was too much in the middle. Venus on balance. Beautiful pass.
15-13.
Seventh double fault, third of this set for Kvitova. The other night against Muguruza, she had 9 double faults in the 2-set match.
Such a good job though on returns, getting behind some of these returns, putting it back on Kvitova with depth.
The bandana came off after that point. Break points here for Venus.
Trying to pump herself up, keep her level of intensity at a high enough level.
Another 2 break points saved by Petra Kvitova in this set. That's now 5 in this set that she's saved.
That may be for Venus one real missed opportunity. She was behind that ball, had it on her racket, did not get it back in play.
Kvitova.
Just look around at some of the numbers. Struggling to land first serves in play, but not yielding break points. And for Venus, not being able to take advantage of the opportunities she's created.
That's a good serve.
For a second time in this second set, Kvitova rallies from 15-40 down and holds serve 5-2.
Williams. New balls.
Challenge.
Right baseline balls for
Challenge.
Yeah.
Chase review.
Yeah, it looked out.
False 15.
Had some thump on it.
Order of business for Venus Williams is to hold serve here and put it right back on Kvitova's racket. Venus has had some breakpoint opportunities, so set is still very much at hand.
Keep the pressure on. What a great serve.
Taking quite a bit off of that serve and getting a very sharp angle.
Exit stage left.
That was out the door. That's a nice get by Kvitova, though. She's got to find a way to get a few more of those back in play.
Chair umpire overrules. I think correctly so.
Sometimes that lines person is unsighted because the player moves in front of them.
Well, and in a case like that, is actually farther away from the ball than the chair umpire is too. Double fault. That's the first of this set for Venus, fourth of the match. Venus still winning 70% of the points on her second serve in this set. But not that one.
Overall, though, Venus is doing better winning points on her second serve than the first.
Yeah, slightly better.
And some of that is because of the kick that Venus can get on the second serve, giving Kvitova more problems.
Opportunity here for Kvitova. But not when you got to feel the serve like that.
Well, we talk so much about the lefty serve to the right-hander's backhand. Well, the right-hander serve to the lefty's backhand here. Venus is getting a great angle and then taking advantage of the open court. Can go either way.
Overcooked it, 5-3. Kvitova.
Kvitova leads 5-3, second set.
So now the chance for Petra Kvitova to serve for the set and send it to a third.
Well, Kvitova has had to fend off break points. Can she have an easier time of it here, trying to serve for this second set?
Saved 5 break points in this set.
And that has to do with just the little additional tension that is there. Kvitova with the opportunity to take the second set. Needs to stay relaxed here.
That's it, 15.
Great serve. 107 miles an hour, got in close in a hurry. Kvitova winning 84% of the points in this set on her first serve, but only 41% on her second serve.
That is beautifully done by Kvitova. Venus covering so much court there, and Kvitova smartly moving forward, looking to take that ball out of the air, not wanting to restart the point.
So a couple of set points here for Petra Kvitova.
game and second
Long. And the second set goes to Kvitova in 54 minutes, saving 5 break points along the way.
Hitting from Venus, staying down, driving through the ball, and working the open halves of the court.
Longest rally of the match, that one. It was a good one.
Shots.
In that second set, the games where Venus Williams held serve, she won them mostly very quickly.
A lot of it had to do with a great first serve percentage.
Doesn't
allow Kvitova to step in and hit away at returns, and it puts Venus in a much more aggressive position. That ball just long, but if you look at where Venus is after the serve, on a first serve, she can stay closer into the baseline, and she can look to dictate a little bit more.
Service hold to open this third and deciding set.
First game, foul set.
That's a big game for Venus there, and I think an advantage for her now serving first again in this set. In the second set, Kvitova serving first always allows the server, once they hold, to relax a little bit more and swing away at returns. Gives you a little more breathing room if you lose serve when you're serving first in the count.
Petra Kvitova, a semifinal berth, would be the deepest she's ever gone in this U.S. Open, that she has had her struggles in at times. Here's serving now to try and even it up at 1 game apiece in the third.
Been impressed how Venus has stayed down at times in this match. Been able to drive through her ground strokes, giving herself nice margins.
Great angles.
15.
And this is critical. This moment in time, Kvitova showing that she understands. Cannot afford to lose serve here with the way Venus has been striking the ball.
Aryna phrase in that second set, and now playing well in the big points.
Done. And that is a shot that is not always easy, changing the direction over the high part of the net, but it is absolutely imperative to be able to hit through the lanes.
Venus has been able to take advantage of Petra's second serve. Has been a consistent theme.
A little bit of a mishit there from Venus, not quite getting a solid hit, but you could see her looking, stepping well inside the baseline. That's just too good.
Right down the line.
Can't hit a serve much better than that.
Second set. Game, Kvitova.
And a service hold for Petra Kvitova. We're one apiece in games and sets.
One game all. Final set.
Hour and 38 minutes in, approaching 9 o'clock here in New York. U.S. Open quarterfinal between Venus Williams and Petra Kvitova. Alan Bestwick, Chanda Rubin, and our U.S. Open TV team here with you from the USTA Billie Jean King National Tennis Center in Arthur Ashe Stadium. Every point, the tension builds.
So small here. Third set. I mean, this is it. And one drop in focus, one mistake here or there could mean the difference.
Missed it.
And we were talking about the second set where Kvitova fended off so many break points. You know, that becomes harder and harder as the match goes on, as you get deeper into the third set.
Yeah, sure, just the math, right?
Yeah.
You're playing Venus Williams, or on the other side, Venus, you're playing Petra Kvitova. You can't keep giving her break opportunities and expect to save them every time.
Because they can create shots within these rallies.
Sure.
Big time play from Kvitova. Started with the return, one of the best returns she's hit all match. Stepping well inside the baseline.
And so, even here, sets, games, and points.
Phenomenal returns from Kvitova.
So a break opportunity here for the two-time Wimbledon champ.
Thank you.
And she got it. Kvitova takes a 2-1 lead in this third set.
Love 15.
Well, this is where Venus has been so solid throughout the tournament. It's really when she's had her back against the wall, she's been down. She's found ways to turn it around. Is certainly something that Venus will need. Kvitova, a different type of player than she's played thus far, a shot maker. A little opening though for Venus here to try to get the break of serve back.
Feel the pressure in this service game for Kvitova.
Fabulous depth from Venus. Gives her 3 break points to get back on serve.
Talked about the odds. You can't keep giving chances. Now you've given Venus Williams 3 chances to try and break your serve and get back even. Sixth break point in the match that Kvitova has saved, but she still faces 2 more in this game.
That's a good serve again. Kvitova coming up with the goods in the big moments. 1 more break point for Williams.
Does she go with the wide serve?
Let's
But remember, again, there's a sensor in the net. Tells the chair umpire when it happens, goes off automatically.
Great serve, almost the exact same serve, except this time higher above the net. Clutch playing from Kvitova.
Twice in the second set, Kvitova came from down 15-40 in a service game. Now she's come down from love 40 to tie this one up.
had to serve unbelievably well in these
Advantage,
points.
Kvitova.
These break points against her, and then now getting the game point opportunity. First return point at 40 love 40 was the one real opportunity that Venus had.
Game Kvitova.
Service game held. Service break consolidated. 3-1 lead, third set for Petra Kvitova.
Kvitova leads 3-1, final set.
Quick reminder, USOpenShop.org is the official shop for 2017 US Open merchandise. The largest selection of tees, caps, towels, outerwear, and collectibles is at USOpenShop.org. So Venus Williams in a deficit in this deciding set, serving here at 1-3.
Love 50.
And you just wonder where Venus is, if she's still feeling that additional added disappointment, could not convert break points in the second set, and here in the third, again coming up short. Venus holding her nerve there.
Now, first job here is to hold serve.
Exactly. It's still just one break.
That's it. And go about the next game.
Into the body this time of Kvitova.
40-15.
Great forehand there from Kvitova, right to the corner.
One of the best in the world at opening up the court.
13.
Kvitova hitting that forehand to both spots. Sideline to sideline.
Still a game point for Venus. Too good. Service hold for Williams, but she needs a service break to even up this third set. On their resumes, squaring off in the quarterfinals. Petra Kvitova serving here, leading 3-2. Venus Williams looking to answer with a service break if she can find one.
Almost like a cross-court rally.
15.
Both players hitting the ball so cleanly, but neither one willing to try to pull the trigger up the line. Venus there finally missing.
To this side of the court, Kvitova has won an equal number of service points, both when going wide and going up the tee. different on the other side of the court. She's won way more first service points going up the tee. There's one up the tee.
Well, one of the things that Venus has done well is get on the wide serve of Kvitova. She's expecting that serve. She's been able to hook it cross court, so Kvitova has had to change up a little bit.
That's a 15.
The other night, the crowd support very even between Kvitova and Muguruza. No question, Petra also has the crowd opposing her tonight. Too long. Let me rephrase that in a more positive way. Venus is getting all of the support.
She is, and if Venus wins, there would be a guaranteed American in the finals of the US Open. The crowd is certainly cheering for that.
Missed it. And a break opportunity again for Williams.
And that is just gutting out a point. If you are Venus, finding a way to fend off that backhand up the line.
Thank you.
Three apiece on a double fault. Mentioned if Venus wins, a guaranteed American in the finals. The semifinal would be Sloane Stephens against Venus if Venus is able to win.
15.
It's just interesting. You think about all of the breakpoint opportunities that Venus had and finally capitalizes on a double fault. Didn't have to put the ball in play.
Yeah, really. For Kvitova, rattled by that error, perhaps rattled by letting Venus back in. We'll see how she reacts here, particularly in her next service game.
Foot fault called. Double fault to lose serve. Kvitova clearly still a little unsettled. Oh, not there. That return.
Striking.
40-15.
almost like she said, you know what the heck?
Go for it.
Swing away.
76-mile-an-hour cross-court return. Too strong. Williams consolidates the service break. 4-3, third set in New York.
This is a moment for Kvitova to reset, settle down, remind herself of where she's been, and embrace this moment.
Good start.
Very low.
That's a couple of great first serves with excellent placement.
Kvitova has averaged 100 miles an hour on her serve speed tonight. That's an average. Pretty strong.
Ball too low.
When you can serve, tonight our fastest has been 112 miles per hour. 198, and that's taking a little pace off, going for placement.
Game.
4 aces to answer from Petra Kvitova. Wow.
That was Kvitova trying to quiet the crowd down a little bit. Like, don't get too excited.
Final set.
I'm not going anywhere.
4 aces will get you a lot of money in Vegas. Might get you a lot of money here in New York City, too. Kvitova is challenging the ball that she thought was out in her side of the court that was called in. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver here.
Yeah, this she's challenging. That's the ball she hit out, and she was challenging that one.
Well, chair umpire said ball was called in. Yeah, she challenged at the other end, I thought.
The ball was called out.
See, I think Petra's saying she was challenging the one that landed by her. But she hit it. Yes.
The previous shot.
And that's what the chair umpire is explaining to her. And
that one.
There's the one. And it's in.
Okay. It's a moot point.
Yes. But what Venus would argue is that she hit the ball and didn't stop and challenge it.
Exactly.
She hit the ball. It was like...
And I think Venus has a valid argument.
I would think so, yeah. Either way, it all came out the right way.
This is gutsy stuff.
Let's. First serve.
Venus throwing some of her best serves at Kvitova here. Over the high part of the net. Just gutting out a point, competing by Kvitova, finding a way on this shot here to get it back, to put Venus in a difficult position, reset the point.
From down 40 love to even at deuce. What a rally by Kvitova.
It was a question whether that might have been gone out, but Venus had to play it. It's too close.
First double fault of the set for Venus.
Ladies and gentlemen, please do not shout in between first and second serve. Thank you.
Fastest to the match for Williams.
That's the express.
Williams.
Wow.
Kvitova smartly making her play that last ball. That's just fighting for everything. fearless, both players trying to take the openings up the line when they have it. This is great stuff.
Advantage, Williams.
Serve is on fire all of a sudden for Kvitova.
The fun part of this is both players have begun to serve some of their best tennis in this third set. It's been fun to watch. Shot, and when you have the depth and pace that Kvitova has, there's no expecting that shot. Just the sound of the ball off of both players' racket, but Kvitova there. It is sweet. Barely an empty seat in the house.
Williams to serve.
Last 15.
Just the second double fault of this set for Venus, 6th of the match.
Impressive how quickly Venus got up to that net cord. She is seeing the ball so early.
Took the ball high. Little change up on the serve.
She knew as soon as she hit it, Venus, that she had pulled it just wide. Heard the scream from her. Had time on that backhand.
Let's second serve.
Kvitova, and a chase review. So we go to the 12th game of the third set.
Williams leads 6-5
Williams.
In her forehand throughout this match. She has stayed down, paid the price, gotten some great angles off of that side.
The rangefinder's been on.
Kvitova responds.
Imagine the tension in the coaching box.
Kvitova covering a lot of court in that point.
Running for her life.
Oh my goodness.
with a return to call on the left pass line. The ball's called out.
This will be the last challenge Petra Kvitova has in the set if she gets it wrong.
Unless we go to a tiebreaker.
Now, mind you, we're in the last game of the set. We hope you don't need it in one of the remaining points.
Miss Kvitova has no more challenges remaining.
And misses like that one have been few and far between in this set. Both players have been very clean.
Game.
Kvitova holds serve. We're at 6-all in the third.
Both players received one additional challenge.
An enthralling match between two Grand Slam champions. Goes to a third set tiebreak. There you see their records in tiebreaks this year. First to 7, must win by 2. Spot in the semifinals in play. Holds her serve. Now Kvitova will get 2 serves.
Just can't stress enough how high a level they are both playing at right now. Tremendous points.
And a mini break to Venus Williams on a brilliant return of a very good serve.
And Venus closing. Putting pressure on Kvitova at the net.
Now Williams with 2 serves.
Been hitting cross court with precision, but up the line, she has taken her shots. Great accuracy.
on Williams. Now the pressure grows on Kvitova, as if it wasn't heavy enough already.
Again, the forehand from Williams doing the damage. We're used to seeing the backhand side.
Williams.
Be the devastating shots of the match, but tonight, she is hitting that forehand beautifully.
So they change ends. Venus Williams 2 points away. The walk to the other end of the court, giving Kvitova a moment to gather the thoughts and try to find an answer. And a double fault sets up match points for Venus Williams.
Williams.
Tension of the moment on display. But Williams still with match points as the wind in her sail. Football call.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's it. Venus Williams to the US Open semifinals.